I.S.U.P.K.
Shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yashar Rakatham to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Yashar to the sisters. I'm priest officer 5000 Shalayala, representing the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming to 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. And of course, we're bringing this truth out since 1969. Today, we're going to address a little misconception that Christians and Muslims and all the others have came up with, and that God is all love and peace and harmony and hugs and kisses and cotton candy and rainbows and sprinkles. But that's not the God of the Bible. That's not the God of the Israelites. The God that we serve is a man of war, a man who kills and destroys. You've seen some of these earthquakes and floods and hurricanes and tornadoes, forest fires and so forth and so on. Someone that's full of love and kisses and hugs is not going to do something like that. Only a man of war would do something like that. And if you're a man of war, then that means you have to have some enemies in order to be in war. And we're going to go into the scriptures and prove this a little further. Let me get Exodus 15 and 3.
When comes the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Most High is a man of war.
He's a man of what?
Of war.
This is what it says in Exodus 15 and 3. The Most High God is a man of war. You're not going to find anywhere in the Bible where he's all about loving everybody and kissing everybody and all about being peaceable and getting along and holding hands and kumbaya. You're not going to hear that. Read it again.
The Most High is a man of war.
The Most High is a man of war. Continue.
The Most High is his name.
That's his name. You understand? Most High. There's no one above him. There's no one next to him. No one by the side of him. Anything like that. He's a man of war, and if he's a man of war, that means he does have enemies. And he's going to kill when he decides to. You understand? Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And we'll start at verse 1 and push the fact a little further that the Most High God is a man of war, a man who kills and destroys, and it's his option to do that. Why? Because if he makes it, then he can take it. And that's just as simple as it is. You understand? We have to get this concept in our brain and get the misconception of our brain that God is all about just loving everybody and tongue kissing everybody. That's not the case. The Christian church has deceived us and continues to deceive us to this very day. Your grandmother, your grandfather, your nana, and pop-pop, and all of them, they didn't know what the hell they was talking about. Because according to this Bible, our God kills. You understand? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and start at verse 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything, there's a season.
You understand? To everything, there's a season. Which means there's a time and place for everything. So if he's a man of war, that means there's a time for war. You understand? There's a time for peace. There's a time for everything. Go ahead.
And a time to everything.
Say it again.
And a time to everything. Purpose.
There's a time for everything and every purpose. You understand? Sometimes the purpose is to kill. Sometimes the purpose is to destroy. Sometimes the purpose is to heal. Sometimes the purpose is to teach. Sometimes the purpose is to listen and understand. There's a purpose for everything. And there's a time for everything. You understand? Keep reading.
Under heaven.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. A time to be born. A time to die.
A time to what?
A time to die.
There's a time to be born. There's a time to die. Keep going.
A time to plant. And a time to pluck up which was planted.
There's a time for that. It's time to plant something. It's time to pluck things up. You understand? Which means when you pluck something up out the ground or pluck the plant up out the ground, what does that plant do? It dies. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 3. A time to kill.
Oh, say it again.
A time to kill.
The Most High God is a man of war. And sometimes it's a time to what?
Kill.
And it's a time to kill. This is the God we serve. He's not full of organs banging and tambourines and gyrating and shaking in Christian churches. He's not all about that. There's a time to do what?
A time to kill.
Go ahead.
And a time to heal.
And there's also a time to heal. You understand? Drop that and go to verse 8.
Verse 8. A time to love.
Say it again.
A time to love.
There's a time to love. So sometimes you have to go to war out of love. You're fighting for who you love. You understand? Keep going.
And a time to hate.
And then there's a time to hate as well. And sometimes you have to go to war against something you hate. You understand? This is the God we serve. This is the words in the Bible. Keep going.
A time of war.
A time of what?
A time of
We
war.
already read earlier that our God is a God of war. We read that in Exodus 15:3. That the God we serve is a God of war. And the Bible's clearly saying there is a time for war. Go ahead.
And a time of peace.
And there's a time for peace. But without going to war, we'll have no peace. Always remember that the Most High God is a man of war. And if you serve the Most High God like you claim you do, then you should be a man or woman of war. With that, I say Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Shabbatam to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Adon Bashim Yashah to the sisters. Shalom.
Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, boy, this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?